In this video, we talk about something called sequence of tenses. And you're going to want to copy this little chart exactly as you see it on the screen. So I'll talk you through it as you are copying it. You'll notice you have two columns, the tense of the main verb and then the tense of the subjunctive verb. In the clauses that we've been looking at lately, the cum clauses, result clause, purpose clause, things like that, you have a main verb, usually indicative mood, although not always, and then you've got a subjunctive verb. Well, how do you know which tense can go with which tense? There's actually a kind of a formula for that. If the tense of the main verb is present or future perfect, we call that primary sequence. And you'll notice I've put the word or in capital letters and then put a big yellow bracket around those. What I'm saying is that if you have any one of those three tenses, then you can have as a choice either a present or a perfect subjunctive in your subordinate clause. Then if you've got either an imperfect, perfect, or pluperfect tense main verb, we call that secondary sequence. Again, I put the capital letter or there, all capitalized, and put a big bracket around there, because if you have any one of those three, then you have a choice of either a perfect, you have a choice of either an imperfect or pluperfect subjunctive verb. So if you still need a moment to finish copying that, just press pause and then push continue when you're ready to go on. So let's take an example here. We have discipuli libros legunt ut blank. We have some sort of purpose clause going on here, and we have to decide whether we want, let's say, discant or discurrent to finish the sentence. So go ahead and copy this sentence and identify the tense of legunt. You should have identified legunt as present tense, and that tells you you are in primary sequence. If you look at the chart that you just copied, you know that your two choices are either present or perfect subjunctive. And if you look at these two verbs, discant or discurrent, you really only have one choice. It should be discant, the present subjunctive. Pause for a moment, see if you can translate that. And you should have come up with the students read books so that they may learn. And let's try another example. This time we have discipuli libros legebant ut blank. Again, take a moment, see if you can identify the tense of that main verb legebant. And you should have come up with imperfect. With an imperfect tense main verb, you are in secondary sequence, which means your choices are either imperfect or pluperfect subjunctive. Pretty obvious, since this is the same basic example here, which one should be the answer. It should be discurrent, which is the imperfect subjunctive. Take a moment, see if we can translate that one. And you should have come up with the students were reading books so that they might learn. So this is really helpful in terms of predicting what verb is going to come up in a sentence, or if you are actually writing in Latin, composing some Latin, knowing which verbs you can use in your subordinate clause.